Thank you for the comment. I didn't realize my sound was up. Oh my god. So dumb. Oh boy. That was a whole 10 minutes of silence. Sorry about that. Oh dear. I'll just continue on. Oh my god, I forgot to unmute it. So dumb. I should like put a reminder or something. Mute. してた。ミュートしてた。すみません。Alright. お寺の子。So does temple kid work? It must be a church kid. So I've heard like a missionary kid. Church kid, temple kid. I'm not sure if it works. So I'm just gonna bank on being safe and just break it up. From a priest family. She must have... Her family must be... Maybe her dad is a priest. Otera. Is that what you guys call Japan? Temple. Priest? Are they actually called priests? Priest. Chogen. 何このかっこいい名前 That's a pretty cool sounding name. Chogen. Maybe her dad. Maybe she lives in a temple. Maybe she grew up in a temple. Yeah, okay. I think that's probably better. あ、そっか. Oh, cool. Oh. Right. How to keep this nice and snappy. Like short and snappy. Ah, そっか. Oh. Oh, right. Ooh. Ooh, maybe. Oh. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Something like that. Yeah, I think Oh, could be. Yeah, whatever. I'll leave it like that. Whatever. そのままにしてる。アマテラスに勝利し、気楽に談笑しながら先を進むつく読みだが、世界の闇の洗礼がまだ終わっていない。After beating Amaterasu, after their overwhelming victory over Shodis, after winning. It's just winning, right? Victorious. After the triumph. Yeah, okay, after their triumph over Amaterasu. Tsukuyomi was forging forward. Continued into the caves while casually 気楽に談笑 carefree. I like easy going. Chatting. Light-heartedly along the way. However, there world shadows initiation. Let's do initiation into the introduction to the world shadows was as yet far from over. It didn't even start. The introduction was yet to come. Let's do that. Okay, let's go over it. So, アマテラスに勝利し、気楽に談笑しながら先を進むつくよみんだが、so after the triumph, so that's the shori, over to Amaterasu, Tsukumi continued into the caves, and that's fine. No need for the further, because the continuing into the caves implies that they went further ahead, chatting lightheartedly along the way. Kiraku ni dansho. So this probably, like, dansho, sort of, the kiraku-ness is incorporated into the dansho, right? The lightheartedness is incorporated into lighthearted chatting, right? So we don't have to repeat it twice. And then danga. So here is the danga. So this is the but. This is the however. So we have that in English, but we take the opportunity first to stop the sentence, right? Because in English we want to keep sentences as close as short as possible. Japanese tends to have super long sentences. Easily they could do like a whole 3 lines of sentence. But in English, when translating into English, we want to cut it off wherever we can. Take the opportunity where you can, right? And so we put the however into a new sentence. However, so sekara yami no sende. So this means baptism. So, but the word baptism is used differently in English. So baptism is sort of like initiation, right? So you saw me toying with the idea with the word initiation, but in the end, I decided to go with the word introduction because it sort of fits better here. Sekai no yami no sende. So it will become the world shadows. The world shadows is baptism, But in this case, that doesn't really work because the world shadows they don't have a will. It's Sago behind it all. It's all him. It's you. You are the culprit. Never mind. Never mind. And so the introduction to the world shadows was yet to come. Mada mada owatte inai to. It says it hasn't ended yet, but it hasn't even started yet. So we put it as has yet to come. ちょうどいいタイミングで襲うことにした。Okay, let's read it, the next one, because we might have to incorporate it. 冠城さんの指示で洞窟区画4分の3ほど進んだところにある吊り橋地点を襲撃ポイントに決める。There was, however, a perfect spot to do it. We were going to choose the perfect time. There was a perfect point. There was a perfect spot to do it. 冠城さんの指示で冠城さんの指示でこちらのポイントに決める。Under her instructions, we decided to shugeki point. Make the assault at the吊り橋 the rope bridge, isn't it? Suspension bridge. Suspension bridge located roughly 3/4 of the way into the cave part of the ruins. We decided to make the assault at the suspension bridge located roughly 3/4 of the way into the cave part of the ruins. That seems alright, I think. Kaburagi-sanの指示で So according to her instructions, 洞窟区画を4分の3ほど進んだところ So that's 3/4 of the part, 3/4 of the way into the cave part, into the cave part, right? But then we can add up the ruins because the word ruins hasn't been mentioned yet. So like this is part of laying out the setting, because the word ruins hasn't been used yet, so we're just reminding the reader a little bit, like tiny, like basically almost insignificant reminder that this is in the ruins. And then のところにある吊り橋地点 the suspension bridge を終了ポイント assault. We decided to make the assault. So we're not saying the assault point. We're just making the assault. It's fine. We can skip words, you know. 遺跡探索といえば吊り橋だ。When talking about rune exploration, about exploring runes, when talking about exploring runes, you just can't not mention suspension bridges. You can't not mention suspension bridges. 秘密結社一行が探索しているのは地下水脈が流れる洞窟である。This place that the two secret organizations were exploring was a system of caves created by the flow of an underground water vein. 水流は長い年月半年をかけ岩を削り谷を作ることもある。After a long time, the current had, after a long time, half a year. Kezuri. Shaved off the rock. Eroded the rock. There we go. Eroded the rock. And created a ravine. Okay, 秘密結社一行が探索しているのは地下。I don't really like how they use the word 探索 twice, forcing me to use the word explore twice. I might have to think about it in post. What's a system of caves? 地下水脈が流れる洞窟である。So a system of caves created by the flow of underwater ground vein. So 流れる flowing, right? Caves. So here it just says caves, but again, a cave? A system of caves? Are there any more branches? I feel like there probably aren't. They mentioned in the last chapter, right? That after they passed the door, it's just straight going. I feel like. So, wouldn't be a system of caves. It was a cave. A cave. I feel like if it's just one cave, it would be pretty boring though, right? I can't imagine Saga would just make one cave. Like just one long road. That would be really weird. Yeah, no. Let's make a series of caves. System of caves. Because remember, like they talked about last chapter about how Chris was trying to read the way to the cave on read air to find out the way to the caves, and it was way too complicated. So I think it's probably a whole system of caves. See, again, this is one of the samples, one of those examples where there's no single or plural. It's not specified in text, and you have to think about it. Anyways. 水流は長い年月半年をかけ I really like this part. It's so funny. The current had after a long time. So 長い年月 could be like after many months and years. But you know, some people might think that weird because is it months? Is it years? If it's just many years, then you wouldn't say months too, right? So I don't know. So I just put after a long time. But then the funny part is like the kakko hantoshi. In the brackets is half a year because all this shit is just bullshit, right? All this is absolute bullshit. It's just the setting that he came up with, and then just the actual reality. It's just half a year. This is all bullshit, right? Iwa kezuri. So just now you saw like the shave away, cut away. And so when you think of water, when you think of cutaway, rock, erosion. There you go. And created a ravine. So there's create twice. We might have to think about this. Create. And formed. Generated. Formed. 橋がかかっているのはまさにそういう場所で、洞窟が深い谷によって10メートルほど途切れている。Mentioned bridge was indeed hanging over one such 場所 place. What a better word than place. It's a natural formation. Natural formation. Sorry about that. Natural architect. No. One such formation, I suppose. I feel like there's a better word for that, but it's on the tip of my tongue and it's not coming out, so whatever. Maybe post me will think of it. 洞窟は深い谷によって10メートルほど途切れている。洞窟が The cave suddenly opening out to a ravine 10メートルほど深い谷によって10メートルほど途切れている。The cave missing several dozen meters. Interrupted by several dozen meters. the current for, like that, I suppose. The cave, this suspension bridge was indeed hanging over one such formation, with the cave interrupted by the current, by the Suiryu water current. Water current, yeah, whatever. By the sorry about that. So I'm thinking, because here is this current and here's this current, do we want to add the word water to any of them to sort of make them, spice them up a little bit? Created by. Okay, so we don't want to do it here anyway, either way, because the word water is already here. By the water. Hey, let's do that. The cave interrupted by water. By the water. By the flow. Is there another word for it? We'll leave that like that for now. Hashi wa nawa no tesuri to ki no ita o tsunagete tsukutta ashiba de dekite ite, nagai nengetsu de monoku ni natte iru. Ashi o fumi hasuseba shita no kyuryu ni dobon. Da. It was composed of, so it refers to the bridge, right? It was composed of rope, railings, tesuri. Rope, railing. Okay, so that's the thing. Rope, railings, and wooden boards for ashiba. I feel like we don't need to specify what the wooden boards are for, I suppose. Should we? Let's just look into it. Might as well. Ashiba as footholds. Footholds. Which cave? What do you mean by which cave? It's this cave that we're talking about. They're in an underground system of caves, right? And so I suppose this cave is the one that they're proceeding through. Composed of rope railings and wooden boards for footholds. After the passage of... Well, yeah, there are many, right? But they're only proceeding down one, because... So it's not just complete narration here, because the chapter starts with actual characters in it, right? So then our point of view is sort of where the characters are at, so... That could be a good question. We could fix this. We could make this read easier. Yeah, this is the way we'd do it. There we go. Chris and Miyama finding their way interrupted by the water for several dozen meters. It's composed of rope railings and wooden boards for footholds. And was clearly I'm thinking of rewording the sentence. Composed of rope railings and wooden boards, this structure looked 脆くなってる。脆くなる。Brittle is not the right word here, because brittle is for like metals, things that would like smash. So that's not quite the right word. It would break. This structure looked like it would fall apart. Yes. Looked like it was eroded, deteriorated. There we go. Greatly deteriorated by the passage of time. The structure looked greatly deteriorated by the passage of time. And looked, I think this is still best. One wrong step and splash. 足を踏み外せば下の激流にド and splash. Ooh. In Japanese, they could specify 急流にドボン. So like it's a splash into the current. In English, we can't really do that with onomatopoeias. Can we do that? Splash. Straight into the current. Splash. Wrong step and straight into the current. Splash. Is there a better word for splash? I want something bigger. Splash. So when thesaurus.com is not enough, I use word hippo. Splash. Squelch. Squelch. Gurgle. Splosh. Bush. Bush. I don't know. Nah, there isn't. Doesn't look like there is. Never mind. 青くきしむ橋を渡ってドキドキ。Hearts thumping when passing over the dangerous bridge. The dangerous creaky bridge. 吊り橋効果で仲良くなっておいしい。Oishi. Oishi. So here in Japanese it's oishi, right? So this is about how the suspension bridge effect, and then when you watch it, it's oishi. It's entertaining, amusing. I mean, oishi, it means delicious. I'm pretty sure everybody knows oishi means delicious. Entertaining. Engrossing, enjoyable, hearts drawing close from the suspension bridge effect. No. I'm trying to think of something to do with the word scene, right? Of two souls growing closer from the suspension bridge effect. So we need something here. We need something here. Something scene of two souls growing closer. Two hearts. I want to use the word heart, but there's already heart here, so. Entertaining. Exciting. Exciting. Breathing. Dramatic. I like dramatic. Dramatic scene of two souls growing closer from the suspension bridge effect. 急流に落ちてもそこから別のイベントに連鎖して楽しい。Even if current would take them to another event. So we can't just use the word event to another scene, another part, another development. To another scene. Yeah, and even if they fall down, the current would take them to something else that we had prepared. Something else that we had prepared. Tanoshi. Fun all around. Even if they fall down, the current would take them to something else that had been prepared. It was fun either way. Fun to be had at every turn. Good fun to be had at every turn. It was good fun to be had, no matter the outcome. Something like that. I might have to think about it in post. 壊れそうで壊れない。でも壊そうとするとすぐ壊れる。そんな絶妙な仕掛け具合を実現するためにはなかなか苦労した。今、岩にかかっている橋はバージョン3だ。It had been quite the undertaking. Reproducing a bridge was deteriorated to the perfect condition where it looked like it would break, but wouldn't actually break, and yet could easily be broken. Could easily be intentionally broken. It had been quite the undertaking, reproducing a bridge that was deteriorated to the perfect condition, to the perfect point, where it looked like it would break, but wouldn't actually break, where it actually break, and yet could easily be intentionally broken. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this sentence. Hey. 今谷にかかっている橋は The one currently hanging over the ravine was Mark 3 version 3. So we purposely made it sort of like a short one because that sounds more like a tech, like a you know, that gives the feeling better. さて、橋の前で一度立ち止まり、ミラー読んで2人分の体重に耐えることを確認したらしいつくよみが渡り始めた。つくよみ Stop for a moment before the bridge. When they presumably after reading the future to confirm that it could withstand their combined weight, they then stepped out onto it. Let me see. Sate. So the sate is a way to sort of switch from narration to getting back into the story. Right? So this is all narration, and this is the story. I think in English we don't really need that because there's not really a because. It's just the way English is. It's pretty easy to tell between narration and the story. So we don't need that. Don't need it. Cross out. 橋の前で一度止まり、ミラーを読んで2人分の体重に耐えること。確認したらしいつくよみ。So the subject? The subject of the sentence is つくよみ, right? And so we brought that all the way to the front. In English, I prefer not to have the subject all the way in the back because that is not how our minds work. That's not how the language works. We prefer to have it in the beginning so that when we start the sentence, we know what we're talking about. So, Tsukuyomi stopped for a moment before the bridge. Stopped in front of the bridge once. In front of bridge, front, once, stop. So when we sort of smooth that over into English, that's what you get. Stop for a moment before the bridge. ミラー読んで2人分の体重に耐えることを確認したらしい。らしい。So the らしい is sort of, again, sheds doubt. So as a small measure of doubt. So because Sago doesn't know, presumably they didn't say it out loud. After presumably reading the future and confirming confirming that it could indeed withstand their combined weight. They then stepped out onto it. 渡り始める They then began crossing it. They then began crossing it, I suppose. Sure. ほらほらほらやめLet me try this. Let me try this. やめバカお前やめろバカ落ちる落ちる落ちる落ちるってやめろという。Hey, hey, hey! Stop. Stupid. You. How should we play with this sentence? We can play with so much in English. So the やめろやめろ yeah, so the やめろ got cut off, right? So stop that. Stupid, you stupid, you stupid. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. Gonna fall. Stupid, you stupid. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. I think that's pretty good. Stop that, stupid, you stop it. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. Stop that. Like that. So much fun. クリスが真ん中あたり楽しそうに橋を揺さぶると、ミヤメが手すりにしがみつき悲鳴を上げる。When Chris started shaking the bridge, looking like she was having fun, started shaking the bridge, having fun shaking the bridge. Having fun shaking the bridge, Miyamaにしがみつくclung to the what do we call it? Rope rails? Rope what? Railings. To the railing and screamed for his life. And screamed out loud. あれは怖い。ミラ読んで落ちないよ。揺らし方していると分かっていても怖い。Okay, yeah, that's scary. Even though probably knows Chris is a future and doing it make sure that she's doing it in a way that he wouldn't fall. It's still super scary. Nah, I don't like the sentence. I don't like the sentence, but I will think about it later. Okay, yeah, that's scary. Even though he probably knows Chris is reading the future and makes sure that she's doing it in a way that he wouldn't fall, it's still scary. It's still creepy, hairy, eerie. It's still frightening. It's still frightening. I suppose. I'll think about it later. That's basically my motto. My secondary motto. My first motto is context is king, right? My secondary motto is I'll think about it later. Alright, so we have like 4 minutes left. Let's see how much more we can get through this. Dialogue usually is faster. 大丈夫だって。ほら、逆立ちだがしちゃおう。この橋見た目よりずっとちゃんとしてるよ。It's fine. Totally fine. See? I can even cross it. Doing a handstand. Sakatachi. That's a handstand, right? Walking, handstand. Handstand walk. Handstand walking. Even handstand walking. His bridge is 見た目より is a lot sturdier. Lot sturdier than it looks. そういう問題じゃない。親分も役もいねえんだ。もし落ちたら助からんだろうが。はよ行け。からこんで尻とつくぞ。The issue here with neither Oyabun nor Yaku here, if either of us falls, there's no way to get back up. Just go already. Else I'm gonna poke you in the behind with my traffic cone. Sekuhara. Sexual harassment. So dumb. Alright, last sentence. 1 minute left to go. 何しきってん? Wait. And this is where we're gonna cut it off. There's a twist here. As always, this chapter will be going up on the website next Saturday. Usual time, 8 a.m. GMT plus 8. So check it out there. And thank you for watching. Thank you, 7 Ryzen, for commenting and for reminding me that I was muted. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Cheers!